Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, we're going to create a new file in continuation to our FluentReports demo. So let's start. To start with, let us create a new file, and we're going to name this as demo5.js. Then we're going to copy this function and paste it here. So this is from demo1, so we're going to replace demo1 with demo5. Next, let's also change the index.js. And from here, all the demo 4 should replace with demo 5 as well. Then let's test the code. And there you go. For today's video, we're going to demonstrate on how to customize our font. So let's start. To start with, let us minimize our browser. And from here, for us to change or to customize our font, the first thing we need to do is we need to register our font. And to do that, we need to head over to this main body code, which is this section here, and we're going to call these properties register font. Okay, so what it does is this will serve as the trigger point to customize your font. Now here are the factors. For this to take effect, we need to take or call the name, and also we need to apply the properties next to that. So what are these properties uh, we need? So basically, I'm going to tap that. So these are the things that we need to consider. First, we're going to make sure we have our normal font. Next should be our bold. Next should be the italic, right? For this to take effect, we need a source to capture the font that we like to implement. Now, for this demo, I already download a sample font. Okay, so for our sample font, I already download this Roboto. So if you are a typical developer, Roboto font is a very common font for, especially for any front end. So this is one of the most common fonts that available, especially for Google. Now let's use this font. But first, we need to extract this one. Okay. So if you scan the files, notice here this is a PDF file. So the true font. So these are those true font under Roboto. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy all these files. So basically we're going to copy the entire folder. So just copy this one and then head over to our code. Then from here, let's open this container. Okay. So make sure you're on the root part and we're going to create folder. So let's say going to name this as fonts. Okay. So same if you are on your on Windows, so just follow the format. Make sure you have the folder assigned. So make sure you have this fonts folder. Now if you're headed back to our code, notice here it's already applied or added to our project file. Next, we're going to apply now our font. But first, we need to expand this one, all right? So that you will know what type of font that we're going to apply in our or in this section here. So first, let us begin by assigning a name for that font. So this is Roboto. Next, we're going to apply the font for our normal. So for our normal, I'm going to copy this Roboto regular by simply right click. Then just copy this one, select this, copy relative path, then paste it here. Okay, but make sure you need to add this one. Okay, so this should be indicating that this is the actual path. So next, we're going to apply non-default. So I'd like to clear this one here. So from this list, I'm going to copy this one, Roboto all, and then let's copy that as well. And last one, we'll be needing this italic. So going to, this should be the one. All right. So next, but first I'm going to change this one. It should be double quotation. Okay, so that it should be the same with the others. All right. Now next is we need to use this font. So what happened is basically what we did is we only just registered the font. So at this point here we did not apply yet. So we only just telling that we're just adding this font in our report. Now to use this font, we need to register that in our main body. So let's say from here, so let's type comma, and then we're going to add that font. So, okay. So from here, I'm going to call that by typing font. Then, then for our font, we're going to call the name of our font. So that is Roboto. Okay, so let's check this now. But first, we need to make a new browser. So for now, I want to keep this one. Also, I'm going to run a new updated file. So for the updated code, so that we have a side-by-side comparison. So, okay, so let's refresh this one. Just make sure that everything is updated. Okay, good. So let's compare this font here and also the first ones. Okay, so notice the difference. Okay, so sometimes it's a bit confused to compare, but you can see the difference by looking this section here. So some of the text is not very much clear. Hopefully you can see this very much clear. So I think the best way is to compare this number here, this 89, 2023. So look here, the 9 structure is like this one, but our 9 here is a short path with this one. Okay, so basically this fonts already changed. So, so yeah, so that's it. In Fluent Reports, we can simply add more besides the one that we added earlier. Now, for our example, I'm going to minimize this one. Okay, from my download, I already download this Noto fonts. So let's examine that. So notice here, already have the basic font or the fonts. This is in TTC format. So let's try if this will also recognize. So let's copy that. Okay, so let's check our project. From here, let us expand this one. Okay, so this is a different format. So let's try if this format works as well. Now, to this for this to take effect, we need to copy this code section here. Going to paste that next to that line, and we're going to name this as Noto. Now let's apply those font. I simply copy each one by one. That is for regular. Going to replace this one. Oops, should be here. Okay. So next is bold. All right. And the last one should be italic. So unfortunately, we don't have italic in this example. So we can simply remove that. All right. So now we're going to register or apply this font in our main project. Okay, let's try and see if that works. So let's run our program by clicking this section here. Okay, so let's reload. Okay, so basically almost the same with the first one. So I'm just looking at this 9 here, and also the strands a little bit slim. Let's compare the difference. So this is the basic. Okay, so this is the Roboto. In Roboto, it's very obvious there's a big changes with Roboto. How about the last one? I see. So slight, there's also a different, okay. So yeah, I think there's a slight difference with this one. So let's examine our code. So what are the effects that we did earlier? All right. So notice here, so it said that this type of font is invalid. So possible because this is ETC. So and it does not recognize by our Fluent report. So how about we're going to download a new font, which is a different format, and see if that also recognize. So let's try that. All right. So I already download the fonts. So this time, this is CO59. Okay. So this is a font available in Linux Ubuntu. So I'm going to use that fonts. Okay. So let's check our project. Okay. So let's replace this one with that type of font. C059. Let's begin with the normal. So I'm going to use this Roman. Oops, should be here. Okay, so next is the bold. Let's copy this one. So we have the italic. And paste this one as well. Okay, so let's register this font or apply this to our main project. All right, let's. Okay, so far everything is okay. So let's try that now. And there you go. Okay, let's see the difference. So far, there's no error. Now, okay, so let's experiment by trying updating this supplier list. So since we already applied the font, the normal font and italic, so for this experiment, we're going to copy from the previous demo. So let's say I'm going to copy uh, this one. Okay, so we can copy this one. Okay, so let's head over to our demo file. And from here, going to change the properties for this one. Okay, so right now we have a supplier with these properties. So still going to set this to center. Okay, so this is very obvious. So right now we set this to bold with a font size 16 and alignment center. Okay, so let's see how does it goes. And there you go. Okay, so this is much convenient to see. So definitely the fonts that we apply is already take effect. So let's compare from the earlier example. So this is the original, and this is from the Roboto. Okay, so basically other normal fonts here are already modified by Roboto. This one has the errors. So, but we noticed that during our review. And this one, this is the effect of or the last font that we apply. So basically, this is very obvious that this font is already changed. All right, so that's it, guys. Also, notice here, in our code, we change this to bold with a size of 16. Now, for some reason, this one did not take effect. So probably there's a settings, not all settings is applicable. So, but the list is all the fonts here are modified or changed according to that type of font. So I guess in my opinion, try to explore more of these fonts by downloading from different source that you can find on your internet or on your PC as well. So that's it, guys. There were so many ways on how to get those fonts. One way is by getting a copy from Windows itself. So let's say like this one. You can search by typing fonts. Then if you are in Windows 10, just simply look for this one. Although here you cannot copy these things. If you right click, there's no way for you to copy that. But if you're going to open this one, you can see that there's a location from your Windows. So if we're headed to that one, go from here, from our PC, go to local C, Windows. And then from here, just locate the fonts folder, and there you go. So we have a bunch of fonts here. So this is all from Windows 10. Same goes, whatever version of Windows that you're looking at or using. So you can simply copy from here. So let's say like this one. Now to copy this is easy. So just simply right click, and then you can copy that anywhere and or place that anywhere on your drive. So now just be aware that this one is contains a lot of folders. So this serves as a folder. So let's say this one. Okay, so like that one. So which means this one is our single files. Maybe this one. You see, there's a bunch up here. So if I open that, you see there are three fonts inside. So basically, these are the one. So take note, those things that have like this one. So these are the folders or a group of folders you can apply on our reports. So others were already default, so you can simply pick from any from here. All right. Also, if you are using Linux Ubuntu or any Linux distro, you can also find these phones under your computer or this PC here, USR, and then from here should be under share and locate the folder pawns. So all of this section here are all pawns. Let's say going to open this one. So these are the true type or the TTF. Okay, so like this one. So let's say, okay, so this one don't have. Okay, so like this one's only one. Okay, so these are some of the pawns you can find also in any Linux distro. So let's say like this, right? So this is one of the area that you can find this pawn example. So other than this, you can also get these pawns online by simply typing pawns download. So from here, you can select from any links. So this is definitely 100% free. So just select which one here from these links are free. Like for example, this one, right? So just like this, you can simply download this type of phone depending on your requirements. So that's it, guys. All right, guys. Hope you like this video and please consider subscribing. And we'll see you guys on the next video series. Cheers.